So, first off, shout out to Warrior Realm for this request. Well, more of a guesser who would be next, but I'm taking his request. So, yeah, shout out to him, and make sure you comment down below and let me know what femme fatale you'd like to see in one of these videos, and I'll feature your request in that video. But today, we are talking about the serpent Medusa. Vicious, brash and cold, Medusa is quickly ascending through the ranks of AWA as a proud member of the Dark Rising. But despite this success, the only thing that's really known about Medusa is that she is the younger sister of Siren. So yeah, I mean, nobody really knows anything about her, so I had no facts to put in this video. So I mean, I guess that's it. Thanks for watching. I hope you aren't too disappointed in it. I'm kidding, I wouldn't do that to you. So let's address that lack of knowledge right now as we reach into the pit of crimson snakes and pull out 5 things that you didn't know about Medusa. Number 5. Golden Venom. Medusa first debuted in AWA's developmental brand New Blood back in 2016 and quickly found herself at the top of the brand by winning a championship that may look familiar to you. That's right, Medusa is a former AWA Vicious Vixen champion. However, incoming bonus fact, while the championship was initially seen on the main roster, it would quickly relocate as the top title in the New Blood brand. Throughout this era, Medusa was never too far away from winning the title until she finally reached the top of the mountain by pinning Starla at a New Blood house show. After AWA Mayhem Wrestling expanded into a fully fledged show, the title was brought back up to the main roster. The championship's last defense in New Blood was in an epic 2 out of 3 falls match between the champion Medusa and challenger Himiko. The winner of the match would not only be the champion, but they would go with the belt up to the main roster. Himiko eventually managed to overcome the serpent, and while Medusa was heartbroken at her defeat, there was a little bit more history to be made in New Blood yet. Number 4. By name and nature. Even though Medusa is now a fully fledged member of the Dark Rising, this is not the only time she has enjoyed the benefits of having backup. Throughout the course of her tenure at New Blood, Medusa has teamed with 2 very notable talents. Those talents being Angelica Sins and Toxine. In fact, both Toxine and Angelica originally debuted in AWA as Medusa's backup, Toxine being the first. The duo were very effective and ran roughshod over the division for the better part of 6 months. But as the victories increased, so too did Medusa's ego, causing Toxine to eventually turn on the serpent and pursue her own goals in AWA. After a few months had passed, Medusa introduced a blonde bombshell named Angelica Sins to the world as her new manager. However, history would repeat itself with Angelica quickly tiring of the serpent's attitude. Angelica would not only turn on Medusa, but also defeat her for the Vicious Vixen Championship. Medusa would recapture the title a few months later, but it's interesting to look at Medusa's inability to play well with others, given that she is now a member of the Dark Rising. Number 3. Looks that could kill. So, as you would have seen by now, it would be fair to say that Medusa is a very attractive young woman, just don't look into her eyes. Besides her striking looks, Medusa is very well known for her dark eye makeup and double lip piercing. You know the one I mean on the bottom lip, that piercing? What's that piercing called anyway? Hang on a second, let's just have a quick look here. I see what you did there, Medusa. Anyway, it turns out Medusa is very aware of her good looks as she is a former model and actress. She and her sister Siren began learning to wrestle together and actually worked a few indie shows as a tag team. But Medusa's full-time modelling gig and aspiring acting career prevented her from committing to the squared circle for a number of years. Medusa did manage to get a few small roles in a handful of low-budget independent films, but seeing her sister enjoy great success in the Dark Rising lured the serpent back to the ring, where she eagerly rejoined Siren under the banner of AWA. Number 2. Destiny awaits. We mentioned earlier that Medusa lost the Vicious Vixen Championship to Himiko in its last appearance on the New Blood show. Well, with the brand's top title now exclusive to Mayhem, New Blood needed a new golden symbol of excellence for its hungry competitors, which took the form of the AWA Destiny Championship. A month-long tournament was held between the best that the brand had to offer, including the likes of former friend Toxine, Selena Shadows, Violet, Clarissa Harlot, Peaches and Roxy Dare. Medusa, completely unassisted, defeated Clarissa Harlot in the finals to become the first ever AWA Destiny Champion and proving that she could win the big one on her own. Medusa enjoyed a 4-month title run before dropping it to the Player 1 Princess Peaches. However, the Serpent's turmoil was short-lived as a few short weeks later she made her official debut on AWA Mayhem Wrestling. Number 1. Snakes on the Brain. Let's start this entry with a quick question. What do you think Medusa's favourite animal is? If you answered anything other than snakes, then I don't know what to tell you. Medusa has had an affinity for her scaly brethren, friends, since a very young age, but did you know that that obsession was ignited by her older sibling Siren? Being the elder sister, Siren very often found herself bailing Medusa out when her mouth and attitude got her into trouble. To Medusa, Siren was strong and fearless. Well, almost fearless. There was one creature that shook Siren to her very core whenever she laid her eyes upon them. That's right, snakes. Being the one thing that terrified her older sister, Medusa became obsessed with snakes, and much to the displeasure of Siren, came to own a number of them throughout her teenage years. Medusa became so obsessed that her parents often joked she had so many snakes on the brain that they should have named her Medusa, which is where she gets her name from today. Siren would eventually conquer her fear of snakes, but even now she probably wishes that her sister would take inspiration from literally any other animal. And that was my list. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then please do like, comment and subscribe, etc, etc. Don't forget to follow the Facebook page too. I'll put the link in the description below. And yeah, thanks for watching. There are plenty more of these videos coming as well as episode 9 of Mayhem, so don't worry. Plus there's a big announcement coming soon, so stay tuned for that. But until then, I will see you in the next video.